Welcome back to this final segment. In this episode we're going to install and configure the Scintilla text editor known as Scite. It's a cross-platform text editor that can syntax highlight many different programming languages. Okay, we're going to go down here and we're going to into Google and we're going to search for the installer. Scintilla itself doesn't actually have an installer, but these people here have packaged it up in a nice installer package. It comes with some extensions such as context menu extension, which is very handy. This is version 1.7.5. The current version is 1.7.6. So we're actually going to download the zip file from the Scintilla website and overlay it over this installation. This comes configured with most of the settings that I like. It's a good compromise between a lot of things. Mainly, you know, indentation and API files for Java have already been set up. Okay, so go down here. Now we're going to get the site from Scintilla website here. Now source code down here is only packaged in a zip, and you can see the Linux there too, and there's also the full download, which is only a zip that contains the exe and the DLL. There's also this single click version here, which is all in one and static linked. It's very portable either way. The single click makes it slightly more portable because you don't have to carry the extra DLL file around. Now Scintilla itself doesn't actually write anything to the registry, so it makes it very, very portable. In other words, you know, you can stick it on a USB stick if you have one and take it with you. I want to save this. Okay, and that's done. Alright. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and install it. Click on the installer here. Next. And the license agreement. Okay, we want to change this. I'm not particularly fond of paths with spaces in them, so we're going to change it to something more along the lines of default. This is what's in the folder inside the zip file itself. That we can leave. Okay, that's only for the start menu. And depending on what you like for desktop icons, you can click these on or off. I'm going to leave them default. Notice here the shell extension may have to restart. Okay, that part's installed. Let's see if it runs. Okay. Now we're going to go and we're going to open up the zip file and extract out the newer version of the exe and the DLL. If you have WinZip, you'll have to use the Windows Zip Manager to do this. If you have zip support configured on your computer itself, you just double click it, open it like I did here, and we're going to copy these. And there's all, you can see some of the property files for the languages that it'll highlight. Alright, let's browse to the folder now. Program files and WScite, or for WinScite. And there's the two files that we're going to replace, 1.7.5 and 1.7.5. Okay, let's paste these in here, and we're going to have to confirm the overwrite. Okay, that is taken care of. You can see there's some extra stuff in here like tidy for HTML tidy. It'll format your HTML files. And then up here, come up ways, is artistic style. It's also a formatter for programming languages like C, Java, and other programming. Well, PHP is another language that uses similar type syntax. Okay. Let's click on it again here, and you'll notice that it opens up and it's not very optimal. We're going to go ahead and we're going to change the default display so that it opens up full screen. You want to scroll down here and you want to find position. It's set up with custom settings. In a standard file, it's just going to be position width and position height. And we want to change these here to -1. Okay, now we go up here and we'll save it. Oh, there's some other things we want to look at down here too. But we're going to go ahead and save it, and we'll open it back up. Alright. You'll notice that the margins and the indentation are already going to be set. File dialog, this here will open it up in the current directory, whichever your file is. Now you want to click these and change these. Remove this comment character for save recent and save session. What that'll do is it'll allow the files to be reopened. It'll save the files and names, and you can reopen them when they'll open automatically when you reopen Scite. Now here's the indentation I was talking about. They're already set for 4, which is a good compromise. It's not too wide. And the last thing we want to do is we want to set up a monospace font. Make sure that we ensure one for Java. Yeah. I should just copy it from one of these other ones, like the one above it. Okay, save this file, and we'll exit out of here and reopen it. And there we go, it opened up in the file that we had previously opened. Alright, now let's verify that the syntax highlighting works. Type in a little Java hello world program here. You know, right now you don't see the syntax highlighting. The file hasn't been saved, and the default extension is set up as a text file, so there isn't any highlighting at this minute. But you'll see here in just a second that I can change the language up on the menu by selecting language and then selecting Java, and it'll syntax highlight this file for me. And of course, it'll automatically determine what it is from the file extension from any file that you might have on your system. Got fumbly fingers today. Okay, there's a little Java program. Now see, and there it is. It makes it a lot easier to debug or modify a program with the syntax highlighting. I've already saved this once, but I'm going to go ahead and override it with this. Now, if you come over here to the Tools menu, we can click Compile, and you'll notice since we set up our path variable that it's compiling. And there we go, Xcode 0. And now let's run it. And there's our output. Alright, now we can do the same thing for Python. To the language, and once again we'll highlight this, and you'll see that it's set up and highlighted nicely for us. Python is set up, I believe, in the global properties file with use spaces instead of tabs. And you want to make sure you're consistent about that, because Python needs one or the other and not both. With that, we come to the end of our video. Thank you for watching.